Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to David M. Jaqua Sports Complex in Redmond, Oregon, as we get ready to bring you the final league doubleheader of the season for your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. It's American Legion Baseball this afternoon here on The Score. Joey Kieran here as we make the trek across the mountains over into Central Oregon, where it's a little smoky, but apparently it's a little bit cooler than it is back at home. I know temperatures expected to possibly hit triple digits there at home today, so we're going to be thankful for a little bit cooler conditions, although might have to pay for that with a little bit of smoke. A wildfire in Prineville, not far from our location, is providing some of that haziness for this afternoon, but we are playable and looking forward to today's contest. Doc Stewart's ready for a big showdown. Their final two games of the league season, and there's a lot on the line. If the Doc Stewarts can take care of business today, they can punch their ticket to the AAA Oregon State Tournament. That'll be coming up next weekend. Well, not this coming weekend, but a week from this Saturday. That'll get started at Joe Etzel Field at on the campus of the University of Portland is where the state tournament will be held this year. So a lot to be decided here on the final day of the regular season or league season for the Doc Stewarts, and there'll be other games we'll be watching later on today. We'll also be paying attention to what happens over the weekend for our other teams in Area 4 to see how the final standings work out. We'll talk a little bit about that. Didn't go too deep into the weeds with Coach Tim Sestera. That'll be coming up here in our pregame show in just a few moments. This is the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Before we take our first break here on the pregame show, I want to remind everybody our game is streaming with a live video simulcast online at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. You can watch today's game streaming there for free. Hit the subscribe button if you're on our YouTube channel there. That'll make sure that you can get notifications when we go live with another broadcast of Doc Stewart's Baseball here on The Score. The live video coverage is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we get a chance to catch up with head coach Tim Sestera, Doc Stewart's, and the Central Oregon Generals coming up when we return on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Well, technology giving me some troubles here, trying to fire up our interview with Coach Tim Sestair, and did this to me yesterday where the app just decides that it looks like it's going to start playing things, but then decides not to do it. Let's see if we can dial him up here. He's got a chance to talk with him about some of the successes that the Docs had in their doubleheader at home against Central Oregon back on Monday, and kind of what's in front of the Doc Stewarts here today. And we'll see if we can get this gave me troubles before. Yeah, let's see here. We'll go ahead and fill some time here while we try to get this reestablished here to try and see if we can bring you that interview with Coach Tim Sestair. Of course, it was playing moments ago, but not today. It is a warm one here, expecting temperatures to reach into the upper 80s for us this afternoon, kind of into the mid-80s here at the moment. Playing on turf field here at the Jaqua the Jaqua Sports Complex, the home of the Generals. They are made up of players out of Central Oregon here, playing on the campus of Redmond High School, and it is a beautiful community field that they have put together here. It is a multi-use field, so out center field they've put up the temporary fence, but also you can turn this into a soccer complex or lacrosse and other athletic activities that you can do here on this complex. It's all artificial turf. They've got some nice dugouts they've put together, and we are getting ready for this one. The coaches meeting at home plate. We are right behind home plate for today's matchup, and we'll get this nice view from right behind the plate and get an opportunity to bring you the view of what we've got going on there. All right, let's see if rebooting my cell phone for the interview, let's see if that'll help us out here to be able to bring you Coach Tim Sestair here in the pregame. Back here with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run of the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Doc Stewart's on the road in Redmond, getting ready to take on the Central Oregon Generals in a doubleheader. Wrapping up league play today, and joining us is head coach Tim Sestair. Coach, first and foremost, looking back to Wednesday, or actually today's Wednesday, back to Monday, this team was able to do what you were hoping they'd be able to do at home, defend your home field and take care of business. Just seemed like all around was a very good day. With game one, things go well. In game two, they find some adversity, but we're able to fight through it.
Great energy right when we got there. We knew what we were going to get out of Danner and Ty, and, they proved to do it again. So found a way to get some runs early. Game two was kind of a roller coaster, but, it was great to see our guys stay in it after kind of getting punched back in the face, and we responded. So another great day for us, another great opportunity, and happens to be our last leaguer.
Yeah. You mentioned energy, and I think I talked with Paxton Burke afterwards, and he said that he felt like the energy was really good. Tegan Sprague also talked about the team playing together as a unit in that doubleheader earlier this week. I know we've kind of seen that kind of go in waves a little bit for you. Is there something that maybe you've found that kind of pushes the right button for these guys, or a sign that shows these guys are going to bring that energy?
It's the challenge to stay in it when things aren't going, our way, right? So it's easy to be up when things are going good and things are easy, but what are we going to do when there's some adversity? So it was good to see that on Monday, and we just got to stay locked in, pitch by pitch today, and find a way to be a run ahead at the end.
You notice anybody that maybe kind of takes on a leadership role in trying to make sure that when those tough moments hit, that those are the guys that get vocal to try and get everybody back on track?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's one person. We have a handful of guys that are definitely trying to hold kids accountable. Mm-hmm. There needs to continue to be more and more of that, right? Because, again, things are going to go sideways for us, and we got to be able to handle those situations, and hopefully we can do that today.
Yeah, it's going to be a competition each and every time you step between the lines out there, and that means adversity from time to time. The attitude going into it, you guys got the long bus ride to get out here. Obviously, that's a lot of time sitting and maybe getting a chance to lose your focus on the drive over here. But how much do you feel this team knows kind of what's at stake for them here today?
Yeah, they're well aware of what's in front of them. That's the challenge. Be where your feet are. Today's are the most important. Happens to be our last ones. So we got to find a way to get game one and put us in a good spot to compete for game two.
we keep talking about just knowing what this team is, the spot this team is in this tier for today's games, and it's kind of fun to see where this team is based off of kind of where it started. How impressive is it to you just on where this team is, how this team has been able to kind of stick with it and build throughout this season?
Yeah, it was a definite fight the start of the summer, right? Looking for that first one and playing some good teams, but we didn't help ourselves out early and put ourselves in a situation that we have. That's why you want to do it. That's why you play all summer to have an opportunity to play after the regular season, and we put ourselves in that position. We're close, but we got to finish.
All right, we look forward to it out there against Redmond today. Coach, thanks so much for the time.
Thanks, Joe.
That is Coach Tim Sester back after a 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management.
Welcome you back here to Redmond as we get ready to go. Game one of today's doubleheader between the Docs and the Central Oregon Generals. Let's go ahead and introduce you to the starting lineup for your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. Head coach Tim Sester will put together a starting nine that has Paxton Burke leading off, starting at shortstop. The second baseman, Logan Anderson, batting second, followed by the catcher, Cal Robbins, hitting third. Taj Flora, the right fielder, will bat cleanup. Center fielder Dane St. Clair batting fifth, hitting sixth, and starting on the mound for the Doc Stewarts will be Jake Johnson. Daniel Withers, the third baseman, batting seventh. Danner Wirtz at first base will hit eighth, and the nine-hitter is Ty Hellenthal in left field. That is the Doc Stewarts' offense for today's matchup. They will face off against a right-hander, Gunnar Key, out of Redmond High School, class of 2025, headed off to Shasta College for next year. He will face Paxton Burke, who will lead things off for the Docs here in game one. First pitch of the ballgame. Check swing, couldn't hold up, strike one, and we are underway just at exactly 2 o'clock, right on time here today. Paxton Burke back in the box, the 0-1 pitch from Key. Lined out towards left field, and that'll get down. One hop out to left fielder Ethan Bruce for a leadoff single. Burke will have the base knock. He has been hot as of late. He was 5 for 7 in the last doubleheader back on Monday. Burke came in batting .360 on the season, and he takes care of the first at-bat. He will have the first hit of the game for the Doc Stewarts, always brought to you by MSK True Value. Make sure that your summer projects are a hit with a stop by the MSK family of stores in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. Runner on at first. Logan Anderson will bat. And a pickoff throw to first base, not in time. Looking around the diamond, back behind the plate, it's Austin Dean catching for the Generals today. He caught both games on Monday. back in Roseburg. We'll run through the rest of the defense for the Generals. Squaring to bunt, looking to lay one down. Anderson will foul off the first pitch. Get a chance at a legal ID here in just a second. Around the diamond, Gage Martinez at first, Cameron Hartlob at second. On the left side of the diamond, Cole Cooper at third, and McCovey Williams at short. Outfield from left to right, Ethan Bruce, Eli Pupo, and Brady Kennedy, your starting defense for the Generals. Gunnar Key on the mound. The righty delivers, and that one behind the head, in and out of the glove for the catcher. And this is a different perspective of watching the game back here, and I did what every fan does on a Major League Baseball game. I flinched at a ball coming right at me. I should have known better. 1-1 count with nobody out at first base, Paxton Burke. Key with a glance over the front shoulder will come set, working out of the stretch. Runner going, the pitch high, throw down to second base by Dean. And in and out of the glove, shielded a bit by some of the players up the middle. So into second base with the steal is Paxton Burke. Stolen base there for Burke is his 13th on the year. He leads the team. Puts himself into scoring position. 2 balls and a strike for Logan Anderson. Man in scoring position for the Docs early here in this one. And Anderson will look to try and bunt again. Pulls it back as the pitch comes in high from Key. 3 balls, 1 strike. And nobody out here in the top of the first. Game 1 of today's doubleheader. We will, throughout today's broadcast, we'll take a look at kind of the standings and the scenarios for everybody. The 3-1 pitch. Behind the head again for Anderson. A walk. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on the Score.
Number 14, Cal Robbins.
Logan Anderson draws his 15th walk of the season, second most on the team, and he will put another man on base for Cal Robbins, who is the RBI leader for this Docs team. With 29, he will stand in with nobody out. Takes a fastball, top of the zone, inner half for strike 1. Cal Robbins comes in batting .317 on the summer, leads the team with 12 extra base hits. Next most is 11 by Paxton Burke. A 1-0 pitch, high from Key. I think that might be right. Withers with 9 extra base hits. Dane St. Clair has 11 as well. Cal does lead the team with 5 home runs. Had one on Monday in this series against the Generals. Gets on one, sends it right side. He goes opposite field into right field. Coming around third, heading for the plate will be Burke. He's in, standing up. All the way to third will go Anderson. It's an RBI single opposite field for Cal Robbins, and the Doc Stewarts take the early lead 1-0 over the Redmond Generals.
Fielder number 8, Taj Flora.
Burke scores from second. Anderson all the way first to third. Cal Robbins at first. They've got him cornered as Taj Flora will bat. The RBI brought to you by Umpqua Bank. Docs cash in, and whether it's great deals on investments, savings on loans and lines of credit, or personal banking with no overdraft fees, you can cash in with Umpqua Bank, member FDIC. Stop by one of their 6 branches in Douglas County in Roseburg, Sutherland, Myrtle Creek, and Canyonville. 1 in, nobody out. Taj Flora, ground ball up the middle. Might be a chance at 2, but it could also score a run. Stepping on the bag, a throw to first by Williams. They will get Taj Flora. That'll be a double play. Unassisted at second base for the shortstop, Williams. That's 2 down. It'll clear the bases, but coming in to score is Logan Anderson. So it's an RBI double play for Taj Flora. Docs take a 2-0 lead. And there's 2 down as Dane St. Clair will bat with the bases empty. The lefty, first lefty, actually make that the second. Strike taken on the first pitch. Paxton Burke, the switch hitter, batting left-handed to lead off the game. It has been breezy. It's kind of nice to have the breeze, although the center flag out in the American flag out in center field not blowing around much, so the wind's all here at the plate. It's a ball fouled back into the backstop. Strike 2 against Dane St. Clair. Docs will put a couple of runs on the board here in the first inning. Taj Flora gets that RBI without getting a hit. He had 3 RBIs without a hit in Game 2 back on Monday. Thought that was an interesting statistic from that game. Swing and a miss. Gunnar Key will get a strikeout against the lefty Dane St. Clair, and that'll wrap things up here in the top of the first. Docs will get 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, nobody left on base. So we will head to the bottom of the first inning. Doc Stewart's with the early 2-0 lead here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Bottom of the first inning, the Redmond Central Oregon Generals will have a starting 9 put together by Coach Mark Horner, who was in the dugout, might not be getting around the field much, had knee surgery earlier this week, had bandages all on the knees, but on one knee, but he's here with the team today, so I'm sure that is nice to have him back in the dugout. His starting 9 will have Eli Pupo, the center fielder, leading off, followed by McCovey Williams, the shortstop, Camden Hartlaub, the second baseman, batting third. Catcher Austin Dean will bat cleanup. Cole Cooper, the third baseman, batting fifth. Brady Kennedy, the right fielder, hitting in the sixth spot. Batting seventh, the DH. Caden Cooper will hit for the starting pitcher, Gunnar Key. First baseman Gage Martinez batting eighth, and the left fielder Ethan Bruce will hit ninth in the lineup for the Generals. Doc Stewart's defensively will have Jake Johnson on the mound here for Game 3 in this series, Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Jake, 17 innings worked. He's making his 5th start of the summer. He's got a 1-1 win-loss record, a 2.47 ERA, 13 strikeouts, just 1 walk on the season for Jake. He will face Eli Pupo batting left-handed. First pitch, breaking ball low for ball 1. So we are underway. Here in the bottom of the first, Doc's scoring twice in the top of the first inning, trying to hang on to that 2-0 lead. Ball hit up the middle on the first at-bat for the Generals. Out to Dane St. Clair, a leadoff single for Eli Pupo, and he will follow what Paxton Burke did in the first inning for the Docs. Sees 2 pitches, gets on base with the single. So first hit in the game for the Generals there. They've got a man on as McCovey Williams, the shortstop, will stand in. We're here at David M. Jaqua Field, the sports complex here in Redmond. Showing a bunt, taking high. Williams will have a 1-0 count. Artificial turf complex, multi-use field with soccer out in the outfield and lacrosse available. They can use it as a practice field for sports, although they're putting turf on the football fields here in Redmond as well. Heard about that here recently. 1-0 pitch hits the outside corner for Jake. A 1-1 count for Williams, who did not show a bunt on that pitch. We'll see what he does here with a strike against him now. 1-1 count. Williams, the shortstop, fouls one back. Strike 2. McCovey Williams in the doubleheader on Monday was 4 for 7 between the 2 games. He scored twice and had an RBI. He had the most hits in the 2 games between the Generals and the Docs on Monday in that league matchup they had there. He's got a 1-2 count against him. He'll hit one up the middle. Could be 2 for Burke. Burke will step on the bag, whips it over to Wirtz. And that'll be much like we saw in the top half of the first inning. It's an unassisted double play for the shortstop. Paxton Burke sends it over to Wirtz at first base. And there's 2 down, and the bases are empty. We'll run through the defense here for the Doc Stewarts in the first inning as Camden Hartlob, the second baseman, will get a chance to bat. Behind the plate catching here in game one, it's Cal Robbins back there. Takes the knee on the left leg. We'll look for the first pitch, which is popped up right side into foul territory. The wind probably helping move that one around a bit. It will fall for strike one to Hartlob. Around the diamonds at first base, Danner Wirtz was giving chase on that one, but was not able to catch up to it. Logan Anderson, the second baseman. On the left side of the diamond, Daniel Withers at third, Paxton Burke at short. And the outfield from left to right, Ty Hellenthal, Dane St. Clair, and Taj Flora. The 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Breaking ball, chasing low and outside. Hartlob is behind 0-2. 2 down, nobody on base. Doc's in front, 2-0 here in the bottom of the first against the Generals. The 0-2 pitch, off speed, missing in the turf. Couldn't get Hartlob to go after it. Hartlob also had a good doubleheader against the Docs on Monday. Was 3 for 7. He drove in a team best 3 runs. Those 3 ribbies for him, helping try and get his team a win. Unfortunately, they couldn't do it on the road at Roseburg. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball, and down on strikes goes Hartlob, and that'll do it for the Generals here in the bottom of the first. It's 3 up, 3 down for the Generals. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. It's 2-0. Docs in front, heading to the top of the second inning here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy that.
Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Doc Stewarts. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
See, maybe in between games, maybe we do that. Welcome back for the top of the second inning. Today's Docs baseball game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call 541-459-1545. Jake Johnson, Daniel Withers, Danner Wirtz due up for the Doc Stewarts here in the second inning, leading 2-0. On the mound, Gunnar Key will miss outside with his fastball as we get underway here in the second. Jake able to make his way through the first inning, facing just 3 batters after giving up a leadoff single. Got help from the defense. Now looks to try and help his own cause. He'll take low and outside. Count goes to 2-0. At the plate this summer, Jake Johnson. 277. Average has been working its way up. I might have dipped just a little bit from the last time I looked at it closely, but he's been improving as of late. He stands back in with the 2-0 pitch coming. Grounds one up the middle. Ranging Williams won't get there, and Jake Johnson helps his own cause with a leadoff single here in the second. Pitcher gets on base, and the Johnson contingent here rooting for him, led by Grandpa and older brother. They will get a round of applause there for Jake as he finds his way on.
Withers, number 10.
They leave Jake on to run for himself. Wasn't sure if they'd bring in a courtesy runner for him. Daniel Withers, the third baseman, batting. See if the Docs look to play small ball. Nope, Withers swinging away on the first pitch. Boone is currently at 231 on the summer. He's had a productive year through some of the numbers. 9 extra base hits, including a home run, 16 RBIs, but the strikeout number's higher than he'd like to see him. He's got the 0-1 count, and now he shows a bunt. He'll pop it up third base side. It's caught. Back to the bag at first. Jake will get there. It's knocked down by the first baseman, Martinez. Cole Cooper came charging in, makes the catch in the air, throws to first to see if he could double off Jake, but Jake gets back in time. Martinez did a good job to get some leather on it and is able to keep that ball from getting away and hold Jake Johnson at first. Danner Wirtz batting. Wirtz, first baseman for the Docs today, got the win in Game 1 of the doubleheader on the mound back in Roseburg on Monday. Takes low and inside for ball 1. I was looking at the numbers. Danner has been great on the mound. He's got 3 wins, and I think those all have been 3 complete game victories for him. He has thrown 4 complete games this season. It has been impressive what the young man has been doing. He chops one off the turf, slow towards second, and they flip it to second for 1, throw to first, double play. We'll get the Generals out of things here in the second. 4-6-3 will be the double play. Danner Wirtz couldn't beat out the relay throw after a high ground ball bouncing off the turf. Took its time getting to Camden Hartlaw, but he makes a quick transition over to Williams at second, back to Martinez for the twin killing, and that does it for us here in the top of the second. No runs for the Doc Stewarts on 1 hit. There were no errors for the Generals, and nobody left on base for the Docs. Still 2-0 Roseburg in front as we head to the bottom of the second inning here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Do I need to answer any of these chats?
Austin Dean leads off.
Back here for the bottom of the second. Today's ball game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel. Make sure that you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. It'll be Dean, Cooper, and Kennedy to bat here in the second for the Generals. Jake Johnson, first pitch, strike 1 against Austin Dean, who was 2 for 5 on Monday in the twin bill against the Docs. Austin Dean, the catcher. Dean will be headed to, actually he's back after his first year at Blue Mountain Community College. He foul tips one into the glove. Hanging on to it was Kyle Robbins. That's strike 2. At Blue Mountain, Dean playing in 13 games. He hit 188 during the spring. He'll dig back in for the 0-2 pitch. Gets underneath a breaking ball, high in the air out towards center field. Going out is Burke. Coming in is St. Clair. It'll be Burke that hangs on to it. It seemed as if St. Clair was more than happy to let Burke take that one. Difficult catch for him, though. He's able to make the catch, get the first out. Seemed like Dane had all the confidence in the world in Burke to make that catch, even though it was a slightly better angle for Dane coming in. But long run for him out there as well, not a very deep one. Kind of hard to tell. The field here only has kind of the dirt turf, as you can call it, as the first pitch to Cole Cooper swung on and missed. Obviously, you've got different colors for what's supposed to be the infield dirt and then the infield grass. The dirt turf only goes down the baselines. It doesn't have it for the infield, so it's kind of hard to judge exactly how deep the infield goes here at this field from where we're sitting. Check swing couldn't hold up. Cooper falls behind 0-2. So that fly ball, maybe it wasn't as deep as I thought it was, and maybe it was that much of a long run for Dane St. Clair to get to versus what I was thinking. And that's why it looked like Dane was willing to let Paxton Burke take that one. we'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that. Cole Cooper takes outside. He's got the 1-2 count against Jake Johnson here in the bottom of the second, a 2-0 lead for the Doc Stewarts. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout in the game for Jake. Man, and sitting up close like this sure is a joy, getting a chance. Up in the booth, it's kind of tough sometimes to be able to get a good idea of exactly what it's like to be in the box against some of these pitchers. And getting down here close to the field, you really get an idea of how that seems coming into a hitter. And Jake obviously showing why his baseball career most likely continuing at the college level, looking like he is thinking of going to Lynn Benton Community College. We'll hear more from Jake coming up, by the way. The 0-1 count. Pitch hits the outside corner to Brady Kennedy, the right fielder, who falls behind 0-2 in his first at-bat. Jake will be our player interview in between games here today, so stay tuned for that here coming up. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and Jake makes quick work of the Generals here in the bottom of the second. Back-to-back strikeouts will finish it off. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We are through 2 innings of play in this 7-inning contest. Docs lead at 2-0 as we head to the break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Two 2-0 start for the Doc Stewarts, heading to the top of the third here. Joey Keyran with you from Redmond as the Central Oregon Generals host the Docs for a couple of games to wrap up the league season for the Docs here today. Today's game brought to you by Winston Auto Care. 9-1-2 hitters coming up. Ty Hellenthal leading off for Roseburg. First pitch from Gunnar Key in for a strike. Don't strike out with car troubles. Call Winston Auto Care at 541-679-8685. Your home team for auto repairs for over 25 years. 0-1 pitch to Ty is inside and low for a 1-1 count from Gunnar Key on the mound. Docs wrapping up their league season here today. For everybody else, they still have more to go. After today, everybody will have 4 games left to go, except for the Docs, who will be done with their Area 4 games, but still have 2 doubleheaders left on the schedule. Outside, 2-1 count for Hellenthal. Medford and Eugene are meeting today down at Harry and David Field in Medford for their doubleheader to wrap up that 4-game series. So the pitch fouled off by Hellenthal. Count will go 2-2. Medford took both games in Eugene against the Challengers, winning 2-0 and 8-2 to win the first 2. Now the Mustangs look to try and win the series on their home field down at Harry and David. That'll be coming up tonight at 5 o'clock. They get that twin bill started. Strike 3 called. Hellenthal watches one outside corner, top end of the zone, and Hellenthal goes down. One away, top of the order. Paxton Burke led things off with a single and came around to score the first run of the game for the Doc Stewarts. He will bat here in the third. And then after today, so after the Docs and Generals play and the Challengers and Mustangs play, the final series of the league season will have Redmond taking on Medford and Eugene taking on Grants Pass in 4-game series. A couple of doubleheaders coming up over the weekend and wrapping up on Monday. First pitch fouled away by Burke. He's got the 0-1 count to start. It's going to be a lot decided over these next few days on which teams are moving on to the postseason. 0-1 pitch. Line drive back to center field once again for Paxton Burke. knocked down by the center fielder, Eli Pupo. You see it at home at Champion Car Wash Field. Sometimes those line drive or those balls out to the outfield, if a guy gets a little too close and tries to play it on a short hop, they can take a big bounce over the top of a center fielder or an outfielder. Pupo, with his long stretch out there, able to keep that ball in front of him. That'll put a man on with one out. Burke now 2 for 2 in the ball game. Logan Anderson will step in. He walked and scored a run in the first inning. With 2 down, he'll look to see if he can find a way to keep things moving on the bases. A breaking ball, low and outside. Did he go around? No, the check swing holds up. For the Doc Stewarts, they can really put to bed any sort of kind of concern or worry after today if they can get 2 wins here against the Generals. So pickoff throw to first, back in safely goes Burke. 2 wins and the Doc Stewarts will clinch a spot in the state tournament, which means they finish at least in second place. They would still maybe have the chance of being the first place team in Area 4, but at worst they'd be the second place team and get a spot in the state tournament. Runner going, throw down to second. One hops and gets away from the second baseman into center field. Well, sort towards center field, not very deep. And into second base with his second stolen base of the game. Paxton Burke puts himself in scoring position with 2 down. It's currently a 2-0 count against Logan Anderson. 2-0. Anderson digs back in. Hits one opposite field. That'll get past the second baseman into right field. Burke will come around. The throw to the plate. Not going to be there. Heading for second. Anderson in safely, and the Doc Stewarts tack on another on an RBI single by Logan Anderson. Anderson going opposite field, fights off the outside pitch, works it past the diving attempt by Camden Hartlob. Coming in to score from second is Burke. He scores for a second time, and then on the throw to the plate, Anderson advances up to second base, and he's got his first RBI of the day. RBIs brought to you by Umpqua Bank. Whether it's great deals on investments, savings on loans and lines of credit, or personal banking with no overdraft fees, you can cash in with Umpqua Bank, member FDIC. Doc Stewarts build the lead 3-0. Still a man at second base and 1 out. Cal Robbins had an RBI single his last time up. He takes outside. Slider cutting away from the right-handed hitter. A warm breeze blowing through here at the ballpark today. Kind of in our face, so blowing in, it feels maybe a bit from left field across the diamond. 1-0 pitch to Cal. Chasing after some high heat. Fouls it off. So again, the Docs can eliminate any sort of reason for concern with 2 wins today. If they win one of the 2 today, they're still in a decent spot, but they'll wait to see what happens the rest of the day. If the Docs get 1 out of 2 today, then they would wait to see if Medford can win at least one of the 2 games against Eugene. And if that happens, the Docs would be in the postseason and waiting to see how the rest of the regular season wraps up for the other Area 4 teams. Cal fouls off the pitch and has a 1-2 count. Even if things did not go the Docs' way today and they went home without a victory, they could still find their way in the postseason. But we'll leave that up for later and seeing how things play out today. A 1-2 pitch, Cal fouls it off. As Coach Tim Sester was telling me in our conversation earlier, they don't want to talk about that. They just want to get out there and pick up a couple of wins, earn their way into the postseason, and not have to worry about what other teams are doing the rest of the day and the rest of the weekend. Foul ball by Cal keeps him alive with a 1-2 count. The right-hander stands back in, waiting on the pitch from Gunnar Key on the mound. The righty delivers. Cal fouls it off his front foot. Doesn't even seem to be fazed by it. Doesn't wear one of those shin protectors that a lot of batters will wear. One-two count remains here for Cal. Cal Raleigh comes from the dugout. Fouls off another one, staying alive. Did have the post on our Instagram page about Cal hitting his home run on Monday, same night that Cal Raleigh from the Seattle Mariners wins the home run derby in Atlanta at the All-Star break. Kind of fun that those two things happen on the same day. Good day to be Cal when you're at the plate. Cal Robbins at the dish. He will line one. It'll get past the second baseman. He goes opposite field again. Anderson heading to the plate. The throw goes towards the first baseman, and it's another RBI single to right field for Cal Robbins. He's got 2 today, and that's a 2-for-2 day going for the Little Dumper. We've been trying to come up with a good nickname, and I meant to actually ask some of the guys in the dugout if they had any ideas. You got the Big Dumper and Cal Raleigh. Can we come up with something for Cal Robbins? Cal is on at first after an RBI single. He'll stay in to run for himself out there. Taj Flora will bat. Taj drove in a run despite hitting into a double play his last time up. With 1 out, he'll try to stay out of the double play. Takes a fastball on the outside corner. Taj Flora getting a chance to move up in the lineup. He's been hitting well this summer, batting .368 for the Doc Stewarts. Does have 22 RBI. He's one of 2 guys over 20 RBI on this season. Check swing, takes in the dirt, 1-1 count. Cal Robbins is now over 30 RBI on the summer as he's driven in 2. He's at 31 with those 2 RBI. And Taj Flora sitting at 22 RBI on the summer. He'll chop one towards short. It'll be a short hop off the glove for Williams. It'll get into the outfield. Cal moves up to second, but does not try to test the arm of Eli Pupo, the center fielder, who comes in to get it. That'll be an error at shortstop for Williams. Charging in, tried to play it on the short hop, couldn't field it cleanly, but it'll keep the Doc Stewarts in business here in the top of the third. They lead it right now 4-0, have 2 runners on with just 1 out. Dane St. Clair, who's looking to join the group of 20-plus RBI on the summer. He stands in with 19 and an opportunity to add to it. First pitch bounces off the turf, high off the backstop, gets away from Dean, who does a good job of getting to it quickly, but the runners all get a chance to move up. That'll be a wild pitch, moving both runners into scoring position. Cal Robbins at third base, Taj Flora at second. It's not a very deep backstop here at the Jaqua. I'm going to say it different every time, I think. Jaqua. I think that's what I need to stay with. Jaqua Sports Complex. Ground ball left side. 1 hop past the diving attempt by Williams, and Dane St. Clair will improve his RBI total with 2 here in the third. He drives in both Cal and Taj. They both come in to score on a base knock by Dane St. Clair. Williams with the leaping effort could not get to that ball through the 6-hole into left field. 2 runs come in to score, 4 total here in the third, and the Docs are on top 6-0. Still just 1 out in the frame. Gunnar Key will face Jake Johnson for a second time. Jake led off the second inning with a base hit up the middle. He gets around on an inside pitch, and it gets into left field. Williams has been chasing his tail out at short. Boy, they have been hitting it left and right of him, and he has not been able to get in front of them. He is trying to track those balls down, but they have just been out of reach, and Jake has his second hit in the ball game.
Daniel Withers.
And the Doc Stewarts connecting here early. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits here in the third inning. 8 hits total in the ball game for the Doc Stewarts. There has been 1 error here in this third for the Generals. Runners at first and second again with still just 1 out. Daniel Withers, the 8th hitter to the plate, will take high for ball 1. And I think we're starting to see some activity brewing for the Generals in their bullpen. Can't really, I think that can see, we'll be able to see it. Somebody heading that direction to start getting loose. Ground ball back to the mound. They'll go to second for 1. The throw back to first in time. Daniel Withers will ground into a double play to end things. That'll go down a 1-6-3 double play. That is the second double play. Make that the third double play to end an inning for the Generals. Kind of crazy. They have ended every inning with a double play, but the Doc Stewarts cash in before it. 4 runs come in for the Docs on 5 hits. And there was 1 error and 1 runner left on base for the Docs. They lead it 6-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
It wasn't until 1925 that the American Legion gave birth to its first youth program, and that was American Legion Baseball. And the emphasis was on citizenship and sportsmanship.
Travel ball, a lot of the times you go and you play and it's kind of just more of an individual game. But in Legion Baseball, it's more of a team working towards a goal, and I really appreciate that.
That you're playing for something more than just yourself. You're playing for all the past veterans who have served. You're playing for the people who are still serving in the military. And it's a huge honor to be part of this program.
Docs have built a 6-0 lead against the Central Oregon Generals as we head to the bottom of the third. Jake Johnson with a nice lead to work with. Today's game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Coming up to bat will be Caden Cooper, Gage Martinez, and Ethan Bruce, the 7, 8, 9 hitters. There'll be a couple of fighter jets going on overhead. Everybody's looking up to the sky. We get a flyover here today. Those must not have been that low. Our men must not have been that high. They must have been riding kind of low. No clue where they are. But a lot of times you hear those after you see them on those things. Cooper will bat. Martinez is the on-deck hitter, which is brought to you by the blind man. Lefty at the plate, Caden Cooper, the DH. First pitch swinging away. He'll loop one into right field for a base hit. That'll bring up the on-deck hitter, Gage Martinez. The blind man, if you're feeling the heat when you're on deck, contact the blind man, a Hunter Douglas Gallery dealer in Roseburg. They can help you with several patio shade options to beat the summer heat or other design options for your home. Visit blindmanroseburg.com for more details. Base hit to right field. That'll just be the second hit of the game for the Generals. One on, nobody out. Gage Martinez will bat. Last time they had a base hit to lead off the inning. Docs were able to get a double play. Jake will miss high with his breaking ball for the first pitch to Gage Martinez. That was quite the rumble and roar by the fighter jets going overhead here in Redmond. 1-0 delivery to Martinez. He chases on the outside corner for strike one. Now it's not the rumble of the Jets, but the wind picking up on our crowd mic here at the ballpark. Jake will get ready to fire the 1-1. Chasing a breaking ball down low. Nice pitch there. Good tail late to it. Ends up off the turf. Cal comes up with it, ready to throw, but the runner holds at first. Martinez chasing that breaking ball. Falls behind, a ball, 2 strikes to the second hitter here in the third inning. Jake deep breath and sends it in, and it's fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes against the 8-hitter Gage Martinez. Ethan Bruce, the left fielder, is the 9 batter, will be the last guy to face off against Jake for the first time today. Jake Johnson coming off of a really stellar performance against the Grants Pass Nuggets in his last start. Unfortunately, the offense couldn't help him like they have today. Cal tries to get the call at the shin level on the inside corner, doesn't get it. The runner takes off for second. Cal trying to frame the pitch, does not make a throw, so that'll be a stolen base for Caden Cooper. And Gage Martinez, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Martinez will stand back in. Grounds one towards third. Withers with it. Sends it over to Wirtz, and that stolen base does come up big. It keeps him out of a double play. Martinez grounds out to Daniel Withers at third base. 1 down, Ethan Bruce, the 9-hitter. Yeah, last time out for Jake Johnson, he went up against Jedediah Robertson from Grants Pass. Both pitchers going the distance. Jake gave up 2 runs on 6 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts in that game. but he just didn't get any offense to support him. Ended up with a 2-0 loss, taking the loss to go to 1-1 on the year. Robertson pitched all 7 innings, no runs allowed, 7 hits, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts, but the Docs in that one had left 10 runners on base. It was a frustrating game. Ball fouled away for strike 1 to Ethan Bruce. Frustrating game in the fact that the Docs were just so close. One swing of the bat could have really changed the turnout of that game, and the Docs just could not quite get it. 0-1 count to Bruce, the left fielder. Bats with a man at second and 1 down. Shows a bunt and will pull it back, but takes it for a strike. Ethan Bruce, sporting number 51 on his back. He's headed to Shasta College after graduating from Mountain View High School this spring. Right-hander waits on an 0-2 delivery. Sends one back up the middle for a base hit. That'll get into center field. Dane St. Clair up with it, throws it in. The runner holds at third as Wirtz cuts it off just short of the mound. A 1-out single back up the middle for Ethan Bruce. That'll set the table here for Eli Pupo. Led off with a single in the first inning. He will bat here, RBI opportunity, trying to get the Generals on the board. Today's ball game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Bottom of the third, Docs leading 6-0, but right now the Central Oregon Generals are threatening with runners on the corners. Pupo chases one outside for strike 1. Pupo, one of the couple of lefties in this lineup, 3 of them I believe to be exact, if I marked them all down correctly. The 0-1 pitch from Johnson. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Pupo looking for his first RBI against the Docs in this series. He scored 3 times and had 3 hits in the first meeting back on Monday, but did not drive in a run. The 0-2 breaking ball, it's hit towards the second baseman, and it's over the leaping attempt by Logan Anderson, and Pupo will have his first RBI against the Doc Stewarts as he lines one to right field. That'll be the 3rd hit in the frame for the Generals. They scored their first run. It's 6-1. Doc Stewart's in front. Ethan Bruce moves up to second base. Pupo on at first, and scoring was Caden Cooper. McCovey Williams will bat. He grounded out to shortstop. It was a double play back in the first inning. Docs would love to see that again here in the third. Try and get through this one. Just 1 out right now. Line drive shot. Will get into center field. Dane will get one. He dropped it out in center field. The runner holds at third, though, so that will not come into play. The Generals sensing the opportunity to try and really take advantage of the situation here. They don't try to press their luck and send the runner. So that is 3 consecutive singles for Redmond, and they've all been just kind of soft line drives to the outfield. Bases are loaded with 1 out. They've all been line drives. Jake looking for a ground ball here. First pitch is a ground ball towards short. Burke gets it to Anderson, and he dropped it on the relay, so they'll get the out, but a run will score. Ethan Bruce comes in to score. The runner stays at second. I thought he said that it was on the transfer, but I guess I'm wrong. And that'll be the case. That's going to be an RBI for Camden Hartlob. He reaches on a fielder's choice, and McCovey Williams will get the second on the error, the drop there. Coming in to score was Ethan Bruce, and Eli Pupo moves up to third. So bases are loaded once again for the Generals. And the Doc Stewart's lead has been cut down to 4. Still just 1 out in the bottom of the third. Second time through the order, and the Generals having more success against Jake. Breaking ball misses outside for Johnson, and it's a 2-0 count. Austin Dean is at the plate. He hit a pop fly into shallow left center that was tracked down by Paxton Burke for the first out of the second. 2-0 pitch, opposite field, base knock to drive in another run. It's going to be 6-3, and it's station to station everywhere. Another run comes in to score on the fourth hit. Sorry, make that the fifth hit for the Generals here in the third inning. Eli Pupo will score. McCovey Williams goes to third. Camden Hartlaub to second. And bases remain loaded with one out. The eighth hitter to the plate for the Generals. They have kind of put together an inning that looks similar to what the Docs did in the top half of this third when they scored 4 runs and sent 8 hitters to the plate, but it ended on a double play. And the Docs are hoping that things can be similar with a double play here. Bases loaded, a 1-0 count to Cole Cooper, who struck out swinging in the second. A 1-0 pitch for Johnson. Swing and a miss. Johnson with 3 strikeouts in the game, but here in the third, the Generals have been able to find barrel on a number of pitches. A 1-1 from Jake, looking to bunt, and that ball's pushed foul down the third base side. At third base, McCovey Williams didn't feel like he got necessarily the best break on that bunt attempt, whether or not they were, I would assume that they had that all dialed up so that all the runners would know that that was coming. Obviously, you've got to be certain that the ball gets down if you're breaking for home. 1-2 count with 1 out and bases loaded. Pitch is high for Jake and evens things up. Two balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. At the plate, Cole Cooper, the lefty. Off speed, breaking ball hit the outside corner but fouled away. Cooper battling that one out to stay alive. Well, lengthy half inning here for the Doc Stewarts defensively. Had a ton of momentum after taking a 6-0 lead, but the Generals have battled their way back. They're within 3. So they've cut the deficit in half, and they're threatening for more. Jake's pitch outside, cannot get the hitter to go after it. The count goes full, and a walk here would bring in a run. Generals trying to do a lot of damage here in the third inning. Wind picks up, blowing towards right field. A 3-2 pitch from Jake is ball 4. That'll bring in a run. And the bases remain loaded with 1 out, and it's suddenly a 2-run ball game. We get time called, and A.J. Doolittle, the pitching coach for the Doc Stewarts, will head out to the mound for a quick visit with Jake Johnson. Docs do have 1 error here in this third inning that would have netted them at least 1 out. Possibly could have been an inning-ending double play 3 batters ago, but a drop at second base has come back to extend this inning just a bit longer for the Doc Stewarts defensively. Doc Stewarts baseball this season sponsored by Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. Live video stream online. We are streaming on our YouTube channel at 1490 The Score on YouTube, or you can find us on 541radio.com. Head to the Score homepage, and there's buttons there to watch. You click on that to take you to the page to watch the games. But we encourage you to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, and then you can get notifications when we go live with Doc Stewart's broadcast this summer. With the YouTube app, you can watch it almost anywhere. Smartphone or your smartphone, your smart TV, on your computer and laptops. Easy ways to watch it all around. First pitch swinging away for Brady Kennedy, the right fielder, a strikeout victim in the second. Kennedy will try and keep things going and see if he can bat through the order for the Generals here in the third. They have put 4 runs on the board, and they're still just 1 out with the bases loaded behind Jake Johnson. The 0-1 pitch is in the air, right side, foul territory, and will get out of play. So Kennedy will fall behind 0-2. Jake looking to try and strike out here would be big. Ground ball. The 0-2 pitch to Kennedy. Outside, bit upstairs. Not bad with the 0-2 count. See if he can get a hitter to chase something outside the zone. And he's got a 1-2 delivery coming. Almost got him to chase upstairs there. Holds off. And Kennedy stays in the box at 2-2 count. Bases are loaded. 6-4 ball game here in the bottom of the third. Doc's in front. That one goes out of Jake's hand. Did not have that one, and that's unfortunate. Wastes the pitch there, and the count is full, and he's going to have to bring it here to Brady Kennedy. Got ahead 0-2, but now it's a full count. Kennedy on the inside edge of the right-handed batter's box. Digs back in. Jake on the mound. Kicks and delivers. Ground ball towards short. It'll be a throw to third for the force out there. A run will score, but they get a second out. Kennedy will reach on a fielder's choice. Cole Cooper gets to second. Austin Dean is forced out at third.
DH Caden Cooper.
There's two, and coming in to score was Camden Hartlob. So it's now 6-5 in this one. And it's a one-run ball game all of a sudden. And up the bat for a second time will be Caden Cooper. He grounds one. Fair ball down the right field line, and that's going to be trouble. Oh. Initially he said fair, and then he changed his call to a foul ball. The Doc's dugout erupted. The initial call was fair, but it quickly changed to foul. And whether or not the home team I'll get an explanation here. We get a little bit different view of the game from being right here behind home as well.
Randomly, or was it actually foul? It was foul. 100% foul.
100% foul the call, so that'll be strike two. No, excuse me, strike one on the first pitch there to Cooper. 0-1 the count. With two down, runners at first and second. A one-run ball game. Jake's fastball misses outside. Cooper blooped one towards right field to lead off this third inning. He bats for a second time in the frame. Comes up to bat with runners on base this time around. His 1-1 pitch. Just off the outside corner. Disciplined approach there from Caden Cooper, and he's ahead 2 balls and a strike. Well, Doc's trying to keep the lead here, and they've given up a lot, but still have the advantage. A pickoff throw to second base will not be in time. They got out to a 6-0 lead, but the Generals have battled their way back into this one, and they have made it interesting here. Still a long way to go in this game, only hitting about the midway point, bottom of the third inning right now. The 2-1 pitch, Jake off speed. That ball popped up back behind us here. Out of play for strike two. 2-2 count with 2 outs, 2 on. Jake needs one more to get through what has been a long and arduous third inning. A 2-2 pitch, high. And the Docs do have a little bit of activity brewing in their bullpen at the moment. Just some guys down there stretching and getting loose and getting warm. Full count pitch, there is a base open. 3-2 pitch with 2 away. In the air, out towards center field. Should be playable for Dane St. Clair, drifting back. He will secure the baseball as that ball took him a little further than I think initially everybody was expecting. And that will wrap things up here in the third inning for the Generals. They put them up. 5 runs come in for the Central Oregon Generals, and it is a whole new ball game here. 6-5 is our score. Doc's in front as we head to the top of the 4th inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Number 20, Wertz.
Tanner Wertz will lead things off for the Doc Stewarts here in the fourth inning. Docs are leading, but their margin has been cut down significantly. 6-5 our score as we begin the fourth inning. Gunnar Key with some new life on the mound. Fires in a first pitch, strike one. Today's game brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. Wertz grounded into a double play that ended things in the second. He'll take low for a 1-1 count. The Generals have ended each of the first three innings defensively. They've ended them all with a double play to get out of things. Docs scoring 4 runs in the third inning, looking to try and regain some of that. Wertz takes a strike on the outside corner and falls behind a ball and 2 strikes. The 8-9 one-hitters coming up for the Docs here in the fourth inning. Wertz waits on the 1-2 pitch, low and inside. Neither side has gone to the bullpen yet, but it does seem as if both coaching staffs have elected to try and get some guys ready to go if needed. Wertz with a 2-2 pitch. Strike 3, strike on the outside corner, and that will be the third strikeout in the game for Gunnar Key. 1 down. Ty Hellenthal,
number 12,
the left fielder for the Doc Stewarts, struck out looking in the third. He will step in here, trying to get something started. First pitch with 1 out is low from Key. Medford and Eugene meeting at Harry and David Field tonight, 5 o'clock, game 1 of that doubleheader. Probably will be, I would imagine we're going to be on the air for at least a portion of that one. Strike on the outside corner as Key's been able to pepper the outside edge against the righties so far. Ty Hellenthal batting 186 on the summer. 1-1. Ground ball towards short. Williams can't field it cleanly, gets back to it quickly and throws the first offline. That'll be an error. And on safely is Hellenthal. Right now the Docs needing any sort of positive momentum they can get after seeing their lead cut down to just 1. So they'll take Ty Hellenthal getting on. That'll be the second error for the shortstop McCovey Williams. And the Docs have a man aboard as the top of the order comes back around. Third time through the lineup here for Roseburg. Paxton Burke has been good so far, 2 for 2, and he has scored twice. In fact, top half of the order has been really good as a line drive. That'll get down, and Burke has a 3 for 3 day going. Hellenthal gets to second base. And the Docs have 2 on as they get things going with 1 out. Paxton Burke, 3 for 3. And every time he's been on base, he's coming around to score. Docs have scored all 6 of their runs at the top 4 in the order. They're hoping that they can keep that going here. Logan Anderson will bat. He's been on base twice, a walk and an RBI single. He's also scored twice. Docs have the heart of their lineup coming up here, brought to you by Floors by Design. Gunnar Key with his first pitch. Anderson puts down a bunt, third base side. Charging in, Cole Cooper. Throw to first will be there in time to get Anderson, but both runners move into scoring position. There's 2 down, though. Sack bunt. 2 away, and Cal Robbins, I get it, putting 2 in scoring position for Cal, who's 2 for 2 in the ball game. with a couple of RBI singles to right field. Try and get him up there with 2 in scoring position. Get the idea, but giving up the out with 1 makes us a tougher spot here for the Doc Stewarts, leading 6-5 in the top of the 4th. The heart of the order is brought to you by Floors by Design. Flooring's at the heart of every home, and Floors by Design is the premier location at Douglas County, offering the latest and greatest from the industry's leading manufacturers. Visit roseburgflooring.com for more information. First pitch called strike 1 to Cal, facing Gunnar Key for a 3rd time. The 0-1, Cal can't hold up on the inside corner, goes around for strike 2. 0-2 count. At third base, Hellenthal. At second base, Burke. Cal will dig back into the box as he stares down with Gunnar Key. The 0-2 pitch. And Cal on the inside corner again could not hold up. He goes down swinging. And that will finish things off for the Doc Stewarts here in the 4th. They'll leave 2 men stranded on base. And that is the 4th strikeout in the game for Gunnar Key. No runs. There was 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base for the Doc Stewarts. 6-5, Doc's still in front as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Doc Stewarts. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Big doubleheader here from Redmond at the Jaqua Sports Complex. The Doc Stewarts trying to win and get into the state tournament, clinch their spot as they are wrapping up their league season. They got a lead, but it is a little bit more tenuous here in the second half of this ball game. After leading 6-0, it's 6-5 right now. The Generals, Central Oregon, have rallied back. They'll start off with their 8-9 one-hitters coming up here. Gage Martinez leading off, the first baseman. Takes a pitch for ball 1. Martinez grounded out to third in his first at-bat. That came in the 3rd inning. He was the first out of the 3rd inning, and then the Generals sent 9 more hitters to the plate. Takes outside the 2-0 count. Breezy day, but a warm one, reaching the upper 80s this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine, although hazy off in the distance with wildfires in the area. Jake misses high on his 2-0 pitch, and he falls behind 3 balls, no strikes. Jake has issued 1 walk in the ball game. It came with the bases loaded in the 3rd, and he will issue another. So Martinez finds his way on base for the first time. That's the game-tying run on for the Generals. Ethan Bruce, the left fielder, had a single in the 3rd inning. And Bruce is going to head down to third base to talk with his coach. Today's game brought to you by Southern Septic Service. Nobody sticks their nose in Southern Septic Service's business. Get a free no-obligation estimate today for all of your septic, grease trap, and portable toilet needs. Visit SouthernSepticServiceInc.com. We'll have a look at your D.R. Johnson Lumber Company scoreboard update here throughout this one. Get you caught up with all the numbers from this ball game as we're hitting the midway point. Man on at first, nobody out. Pickoff throw that direction, and Martinez is back in safely. Jake had come into this one. He'd only given up one walk all season during the summer. He's given up 2 here today. Showing a bunt and push it first base side. Jake will go to get it, flips it to Wirtz. They'll get an out and move a runner into scoring position. Sack bunt by Ethan Bruce. 1 away. And the top of the order here, Eli Pupo will come up to bat for a 3rd time. He is 2 for 2 in the game. Drove in a run his last time up. Top of the order for the Generals. Pupo following up his big day on Monday with 3 hits between the doubleheader. He's on the verge of matching that here today already with 2 hits. Swings after the first pitch, strike 1. Docs are wrapping up league play here today, but they've got games coming up Friday and Sunday this weekend. Non-leaguers against teams out of Area 2. As a comebacker to the mound, they got the runner off at second. They've got him in a pickle, and Jake will toss it to second base. Running now towards third is Martinez, and he will be tagged out by Withers. So on safely will be Pupo. It won't be a hit. It'll be a fielder's choice for him. Comebacker to the mound, and Jake will get the lead runner. That'll go down as a 1-4-5 put out. 2 down and a man at first base. McCovey Williams will bat. Docs trying to regain their composure after giving up the 5 runs in the 3rd inning, trying to keep this a scoreless 4th inning here with 2 down and a man at first. McCovey Williams, 1 for 2 today. Pickoff throw to first. Tagged by Wirtz is not there in time. The pitch to Williams is low and inside. Scoreboard's reading 1-1 here at the field, but I think it's a 1-0 count. No, it is 1-1. Another pickoff throw to first. At least that's what the umpire gives us there. So he's got the official count, so we'll go with that. 1 ball, 1 strike. Williams will take one off the turf. Throw down to first by Cal. Not in time. Back in, standing up goes Pupo. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 down and a man at first base for the Generals. Doc's trying to get it here. Wrap up this 4th inning with a 1-run lead intact. Runner going. Throw down to second by Cal. Ooh. His throw was there in time. Anderson a little late getting to the bag, and the throw on the wrong side of the bag, so Anderson had to go a longer way to get to it, and then had to reach back to try and apply the tag, and he just couldn't get it down in time. So stolen base puts a man at scoring position. It's a 3-1 count. McCovey Williams will stand back in. 3 balls, 1 strike with a man at second base. That's a strike in there. And Jake has a full count. 3-run with a man at second. 2 down. Jake Johnson trying to keep this 1-run lead intact. Make it through the 4th inning. Breaking ball is fought off. There is some activity in the Docs bullpen. It's Fletcher Coleman that is thrown out there. Left my binoculars in the sun, and they are a little bit toasty. 3-2 count. We're huddled underneath a pop-up tent for some shade here. As a ground ball right side will get through. This could bring home the game-tying run. Flora with it. They're sending the throw to the plate. The throw comes through. Tag! No, Cal can't get the tag down, and the game is tied. Ball goes through the right side. And coming around from second is Eli Pupo to score.
32.
Ball got to the plate, but Cal didn't flip around to try and apply the tag fast enough. And he might have had a chance if he had gotten there. But sliding in feet first, Eli Pupo comes in to tie this one up. 6-6 our score with a man at first and 2 down. Heart of the order here, trying to do the damage for the Generals. Strike on the corner. to Hartlob to start out. He was a strikeout victim in the first. Reached on a fielder's choice that scored a run in the third. Jake's 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. With 2 down, score tied. Doc's trying to get one more to get out of it here with McCovey-Williams on at first. Jake delivers his 0-2 high. A ball and 2 strikes now. Well, the Docs, they were hoping they weren't done scoring after their 4 runs in the third inning. They definitely hope they're not done as well. They need more after letting the Generals get back into this one. Strike 3 called, and Hartlob goes down looking. His second strikeout in the game. 4th strikeout for Jake Johnson on the day. But a 2-out single by McCovey-Williams will score the game-tying run. 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors for the Doc Stewarts, and 1 man left on base for the Generals. It's 6-6 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Game 1 of today's doubleheader here from Jaqua Sports Complex in Redmond on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Taking a look at our D.R. Johnson Lumber Company scoreboard update here in the 5th inning. 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Docs. For the Central Oregon Generals out of Redmond, 6 runs on 7 hits and 2 errors so far through the first 5 innings. Taj Flora will lead things off for the Doc Stewarts. Now looking to try and regain the lead, and the first pitch inside from Gunnar Key will hit Taj on the big dumper and send him on down to first base. It's going to be the most popular nickname out there right now. Taj gets on with the hit by pitch. First hit batter of the day, and there's 1 on with nobody out for the Doc Stewarts to start the 5th. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company is a progressive family-owned company proudly supporting our local youth. Come on out and watch the Docs swing some lumber. D.R. Johnson making lumber since 1951. 1 on. As Dane St. Clair will bat, he had an RBI single his last time up. He shows a bunt, forces it down, but it is foul for strike 1. Doc's trying to play some small ball here. Docs with 9 hits in the ball game, but no extra base hits as of yet, all of them singles. Showing the bunt again, and St. Clair will take outside, a 1-1 count. Gunnar Key pitching here on his home field at Redmond High School. He's been helped out by his offense. Gave up the 6-0 lead to start out the ball game, but his team has given him a tie ball game to work with. Pitch in for a strike, and stealing second base is Taj Flora. He'll get into scoring position at the plate. It's a 1-2 count for Dane St. Clair. One ball, 2 strikes for St. Clair. Taj Flora out at second base. Key, a couple of checks to second, now delivers in, and he misses high. Dane St. Clair able to lay off of the pitch upstairs. Looked at first as if he was thinking about it, but he holds up. Gunner Key delivers in. Ooh, comebacker hits him on the hip. He will get back to it. His throw to first, not in time. Oh, man, and he's feeling that one. That was a line drive right back at the pitcher. It smacked him good. And his throw to first was a hair late. The wherewithal to even stay with that ball. Pretty good there for Gunner Key, and now we'll hope that he's okay as we get a walk out to the mound for the coach, Mark Horner. So we'll try to see about what will be his situation. Trying to adjust our camera, which got a little bit offline for us here. Those watching online. That looks like about where we had it before, so we'll stick with that just a bit there. There we go. I like that. So Gunner Key getting checked out on the mound after getting pegged by a line drive right back at him. Dane St. Clair with a nice piece of hitting right back up the middle, but boy, that smacked him right on the hip.
Would that be a hit?
That is a hit for Dane St. Clair there. Not a routine play at all there for a pitcher to try and handle that one. Key will get a couple of test pitches here to see how things feel after getting smacked right on the hip. You could hear it. He throws in a couple. Seems to be getting him over the plate at a decent clip, but obviously will be a concern of how he feels overall. Seems like he gives the head shake and the nod of approval to say he's all right. He'll get a round of applause as he deserves. That was definitely a tough spot there for him. Obviously, nothing intentional. You had no way around some of those kind of situations. Dane St. Clair gets on with his second hit of the game after getting hit by a pitch. Taj Flora is at third base, advancing on the base hit. That'll bring up Jake Johnson looking to help his own cause. Jake is 2 for 2 in this game, but he has been put out at second base every time he's gotten on. Pickoff throw gets away, and that'll allow Taj Flora to score. Heading for second base goes St. Clair. He'll take a turn, and he's well off the bag at second, waiting to see what the play is here. He will now head back to the bag. So I couldn't quite see it, but it looked as if maybe there was some sort of collision by Dane at first with Gage Martinez. Dane was able to get up and get to second base on time. That'll be an error on the throw to first base that allows the Docs to retake the lead at 7-6. Third error in the game for Redmond. Now a man in scoring position for Jake Johnson, who takes high, ducks out of the way, a 1-0 count. Docs with nobody out here in the fifth inning, hoping for a crooked number on the board to see if they can rebuild a sizable lead against the Generals. Gunner Key delivers. Jake pops one up. This is on the infield. The shortstop, McCovey Williams, waiting for it to come down. We'll snag that one. One down. It'll bring up Daniel Withers, who is flown out to third and on a pop-up bunt, and he is grounded into a double play. He's trying to get his bat going here. Withers will stand in with Dane St. Clair out at second. Oh, it's a one-run lead back in play for the Doc Stewarts. Withers pops one up right side, will get up and over the Doc Stewarts dugout on the first base side for strike one.
Number 10, Daniel Withers.
Withers falls behind 0-1, looking for his first hit of the day. Gunner Key on the mound, facing his fourth batter here in the fifth inning. Been roughed up, taking a line drive right off his front hip. Gets a strike across, and Withers falls behind 0-2. Guess it would have been his back hip, technically, now that I think about it, because he plants and spins around. The 0-2 pitch to Withers. He pulls towards left field. Well struck, but it goes right to the left fielder, Ethan Bruce. Hard hit ball just carries right to the defender, unfortunately for Withers. And there's two away. Out in left field, Ethan Bruce ranging to get to that one by just a couple of steps.
Number 20, Danner
Brings up
Wirtz.
Danner Wirtz, who is 0 for 2 in the game. Struck out looking to his last time up. That began things in the fourth. Wirtz looking for a base knock here to see if he can bring in another run for the Docs with Dane St. Clair at second. He takes inside. Docs led wire to wire in game one of the doubleheader back on Monday at home against this General squad. They won that one 8-2. Game two was a back and forth affair. 1-0 pitch. Ooh, look out. Wirtz gets hit on the front shoulder. That one was headed towards the head. Nice job by Danner to get spun out of the way, and he wears that on the front shoulder instead of getting smacked in the head. That's another hit batter for Gunnar Key. That's two of them here in the fifth inning. He's got 2 outs, and got to imagine that they're hoping he can get through this inning before deciding to make any sort of changes. It'll be Ty Hellenthal to try and see if he can drive the starting pitcher out of the game for the Generals. He's batting with 2 on and 2 away. Hellenthal so far strikeout and reached on an error. Takes upstairs for a 1-0 count. Game two back on Monday, 9-7 the final score. Docs fell behind. They would rally back. Then the Central Oregon would rally back as well. And the Docs got 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th to take the lead for good. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed by Hellenthal. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 down. Docs threatening to add to a 7-6 lead here in the top of the 5th. Gunnar Key takes a look to Dane St. Clair at second, now fires upstairs. Back pick to second base, Dane back in. Good throw, might have had him, but Dane gets back in as a throw pulling the shortstop Williams to the second base side of the bag, and he had to go back to try and apply the tag. Ty Hellenthal hoping to try and send it back to the top of the order. It takes outside, and the count goes 3-1. Gunnar Key on the mound has issued just 1 walk in this ball game. Now he's hit 2 batters here in this 5th inning, so 1 walk, 2 hit batters. 3-1 pitch to Hellenthal. Line drive back up the middle, and that will get into center field. They've got St. Clair heading to the plate. The throw is there in time. Does he slide around the tag? No! Dane sliding to the back of the box to try and get around the tag and see if he can get on the plate in time. The call is no, he did not. And that will do it for the Doc Stewarts here in the 5th. Base knock for Ty Hellenthal. There's a long way to go for Austin Dean to get the tag down,
for Roseburg in the top of the
but
5th,
he does so
7-6.
in time. And that will put the Doc Stewarts in front by a score of 7-6, but they could have had more and were unable to get there. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th for your Sun West Generals, catcher Austin Dean.
Had a defensive change for the Doc Stewarts. Amos Bowers takes over behind the plate for Cal Robbins. It looks like Cal has come out of the game. Looking to the dugout, not sure. He looked kind of at his hands as he struck out on his last at-bat, and I'm not sure if maybe something happened to him in that, but hopefully Cal's all right. Definitely a bat that you hate to lose in the lineup, so we'll keep an eye on that. Austin Dean, the catcher for the Generals, just made a big play at the plate for the final out in the top half of the 5th inning. We'll bat to lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th. An 0-1 pitch, line towards right field. Just an easy free swing there for him, and he bloops that one into shallow right for a leadoff single in the 5th. Doc Stewart's Baseball brought to you by Roseburg Country Club. Established in 1922, offering an 18-hole course with excellent year-round playability. Find out more at roseburgcountryclub.com. Base hit. 8th hit in the game for the Generals. Cole Cooper is 0 for 1 with a RBI on a bases-loaded walk. The lefty facing Jake Johnson. Jake gets a breaking ball cut back in towards the the left-handed hitter. Daniel Withers playing in at third base. Withers expecting a possible bunt here out of Cooper. He does lay one down. He pulls it first base side. Jake will field, throws to first. Nice job by Danner to keep his composure, reach over the head of the runner to snag that one out of the air. Sack bunt laid down by Cooper. There's one away. Up to second base goes Dean. So Austin Dean moves into scoring position on the sack bunt. Brady Kennedy will bat. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Reached on a fielder's choice that drove in a run in the 3rd. That was on a ground ball to short. They went to the lead runner at third base. Well, one of the lead runners got the out at third on a bases-loaded situation. First pitch from Jake outside for ball 1. Docs regain the lead in the top half of this 5th inning at 7-6. Trying to hang on to it, but the game-tying run at second base with 1 out for the Generals. Pickoff throw to second. Quick tag there by Anderson, just behind by a hair. One 1-0 count at the plate for Kennedy. The right fielder takes in the dirt. Bowers will go to get it, but the runner makes his way to third on a pitch in the dirt off the turf. So wild pitch puts a man at third base with 1 out. So the game-tying run now 90 feet from home here in the 5th inning. Brady Kennedy takes in the dirt, and Bowers will work to keep that ball in front of him once again. Jake trying to work the bottom of the zone. Has not been able to get Kennedy to chase anything. And the count goes 3-0. Kennedy out of Mountain View High School, graduating this year. Takes a strike at the knees. Kennedy, second-team All-State selection. Headed to Shasta College. He's got a 3-1 count. Swing and a miss. The breaking ball cuts down and away from the hitter. Kennedy swinging over the top of it. Full count, battling his way back in here, Jake. The full count pitch, grounded foul towards the on-deck circle into the Generals dugout. We'll do it again on another full count pitch. Man at third base with 1 out. Kennedy did strike out swinging back in the second. Swings and misses once again. A huge second out here for Jake Johnson in the 5th. He's got his 5th strikeout in the ball game, and he'll face Caden Cooper, needing 1 more out to keep this 1-run lead intact. Cooper, base hit to right field in the 3rd inning. He led off that 3rd inning and ended up batting twice in that 3rd inning. That was the big inning for the Generals. Pitch outside for Jake. 5 runs on 5 hits in that 3rd inning. helping the Generals overcome a 6-0 deficit. They were able to battle back and tie the game at 6-all, but they trail by a run. That pitch over the plate for a strike to the lefty. Caden Cooper thought that ball was going to have a bit more run back at him. The lefty leaning out of the way. That pitch stayed over the plate at the top of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Showing a bunt. The pitch in the dirt. Runner at third will retreat back to the bag. Goes Austin Dean. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jake will deliver. Hits the inside corner to get strike 2. Nice spot there, right at the belt buckle. Cooper watches it go by. Jake needs 1 more to leave a man stranded at third. The 2-2 pitch. Grounded. Foul ball down the first base side. Another one real close there at the bag. Foul down the first base side. And the count will stay 2-2. Caden Cooper back at the plate with another chance at a 2-2 offering with the game-tying run at third. Jake's 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He strikes him out. Back-to-back Ks for Jake, and he pitches out of a jam, leaving the game-tying run stranded at third. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors for the Doc Stewarts, and the 1 man left on base. A big 0 on the board there for the Docs defensively, and now they head to the 6th looking to pad that lead as they will bring up the top of the order. Back after a quick timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
It wasn't until 1925 that the American Legion gave birth to its first youth program, and that was American Legion Baseball. And the emphasis was on citizenship and sportsmanship.
Travel ball, a lot of the times you go and you play and it's kind of just more of an individual game. But in Legion Baseball, it's more of a team working towards a goal, and I really appreciate that.
That you're playing for something more than just yourself. We're playing for all the past veterans who have served. We're playing for the people who are still serving in the military. And it's a huge honor to be part of this program.
Top of the 6th inning. Doc Stewart's currently leading this one 7-6 on top of the Redmond Central Oregon Generals. Joey Kieran here with you. The 6th inning will have the top of the order coming up for the Docs. Paxton Burke, Logan Anderson, and then I believe it'll be Amos Bowers who has come in defensively for Cal Robbins. First pitch outside to the lefty Burke, who is 3 for 3 in the game. Today's game brought to you by Gibbs RV Superstore. You got to get to Gibbs, where RV means real value. 1-0 pitch is down the left field line. That could be some trouble. Down the line and into foul territory. Burke making Ethan Bruce, the left fielder, run a long way, and he's not able to get to that ball in foul territory, but it lands about 6 feet in foul territory. Gunnar Key still on the mound for the Generals here after getting hit by a line drive on, that would be his right hip. More airplanes flying by here close to the Redmond Airport. One count. Back to play after the long foul ball. Oh, that one right at us there. That'll startle you a bit. And it's a 2-strike approach here for Paxton Burke. That'll be one to go back and watch again on the replay. Right back at us here. Burke with a 1-2 count. Key delivers. That ball poked left side. He's 4 for 4 on the day. Diving attempt by McCovey. He can't get to it. And Paxton Burke will single to left field to start things off here in the 6th inning. Docs have the leadoff man aboard. Docs have had the leadoff guy on base in 4 of the 6 innings so far. And Burke will be the leadoff man on base for a second time in the game. Top of the 6th, Docs leading 7-6. Logan Anderson, last time up, batted with a man at first and laid down a sac bunt to move Paxton Burke into scoring position. Burke has also stolen second twice. Showing the bunt. He'll put it down. It goes back to the mound. Fielded by the pitcher, and the throw goes wide of the bag. Did he stay on? The call is safe for Logan Anderson. And the first baseman, Gage Martinez, can't believe it. The call is safe that Gage Martinez came off the bag, and it does not appear. Well, now we've got Coach Mark Horner coming out of the dugout, who is going to ask for the field umpire to give an explanation and maybe get a conference between the umpire in the field and the one at home who had to look down the line to see if that one, and they will get together to talk about it. Home plate umpire agrees with the call, safe at first, so that'll be a throwing error. 4th error in the ball game for the Generals, and the Docs will have runners at first and second with nobody out. It'll bring up Amos Bowers, who will bat for the first time today. Cal Robbins. Cal struck out his last at-bat, and it was kind of awkward looking the way things wrapped up for him there, so hopefully nothing too seriously wrong, but he comes out of the game, caught the first the first 4 innings of this game. He was 2 for 3 with 2 RBI, but now Bowers will stand in. Defensive replacement now gets a chance to bat for the first time. He hits with 2 runners on and shows a bunt early. He pulls it back, tries to slap it. It's a swinging bunt down the first base line. And the ruling is a foul ball down the first base line. And so the ruling's going to be foul on a swinging slap attempt there by Amos Bowers. Boy, we've had some plays that have been right on the line here in today's ball game. So Bowers will be back at the plate. 0-1 count against him. He tried to pull everybody in, showing the bunt early, and then took a slap at it. Not showing a bunt at the moment. They still play in on the corners at the moment. Shows the bunt, runner going to third, and throw not in time, and in safely at third base will go Paxton Burke, his 3rd stolen base of the game. Following behind him, Logan Anderson moves up to second. Double steal, and the Doc Stewarts have runners at 2nd and 3rd, and it's a 1-1 count for Amos Bowers. Docs lead at 7-6 with nobody out, a golden opportunity to add to it. The 1-1 for Bowers. Gunnar Key on the mound. Sets. Grounds one up the middle. It'll get into center field. They have the infield drawn in, and coming in to score is Burke. Following behind is Anderson, and Amos Bowers a 2-run single. And the Docs will build a lead here in the 6th. Fights off a pitch and slaps it up the middle with the infield played in. They didn't have much of a chance to range to get to that one. Playing back at their normal distance, they might have had a good play on that one, but because they were playing to cut the run off at home, second baseman Camden Hartlob can't get to that in time. 2 runs will score. The Doc Stewarts now lead at 9-6, 3 runs ahead of the Generals, and that'll do it for Gunnar Key. Got touched up early, settled in, and was able to keep his team in this game. But he gives up 2 more runs here in the 6th, leaves with a 9-6 deficit, and we get a new man on the mound. We'll take a 1-minute timeout for the pitching change, brought to you by Overhead Door Company of Roseburg. If your garage doors are broken or just need updating, make the call to the Overhead Door Company of Roseburg for a change. They also provide full-service repairs. Visit overheaddoor.com. Back in a moment on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Taking over on the mound for the Central Oregon Generals will be a right-hander, Tyler Rutgers, 2025 graduate from Redmond High School, also heading to Shasta College, much like starter Gunnar Key. Rutgers did pitch 2 innings against the Docs in Game 1 on Monday. Through 2 scoreless innings, he faced just the minimum. Had 1 strikeout, and then had 4 fly ball outs and 1 ground out. It's a pickoff throw on the first, as we resume play, a pickoff throw to first base. Amos Bowers back in safely. Bowers coming up with a 2-run single in his first at-bat of the game. Big swing and a miss out of Taj Flora, who will be the first man to face the new pitcher. Tyler Rutgers gets another swing and a miss out of Flora. Gunnar Key will go 5 innings. He did not have an out here in the 6th, so he'll get credit for 5 innings in the start. Taj back in with a man at first and nobody out. Has the 0-2 count. Grounds 1 towards short, and Williams will get it to second for 1. Relay throw to first. Got him there as well. Double play on a bang-bang call at first base. So that'll clear the bases, and now 2 away. As Tyler Rutgers will come in and get a twin killing. That is the 4th double play turned by Central Oregon here in Game 1. Docs leading at 9-6. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Up to bat will be Dane St. Clair with nobody on and 2 down.
Dane St. Clair.
Dane is 2 for 3 in the ballgame. He's had hits in his last 2 at-bats. Rutgers high and away. Breezy day. Has been nice to have that blow through from time to time, although it's a warm breeze here on a hot day in Redmond. Dane pops one up into the backstop in front of us for strike 1. Temperatures reaching the upper 80s. Might already be there. It was in the low 80s when we got here and been climbing up there. 1-1 pitch, belted down the right field line. That ball could be big-time trouble. It is foul. Dane almost had his 3rd home run of the season, but the wind carries that one foul down the right field line. He got all of that pitch, but it was going to be a question of whether the ball could stay inside the foul pole down the right field line. So as it is, it'll be a long strike. And Dane is back to the plate for a 1-2 count. Dane will look to defend the plate. Pops this one up. Left side, out of play is the call. Everybody hollering for the 3rd baseman, Cole Cooper, to let that one go as that ball does carry out of play. So Dane battling here against the new pitcher on the mound, Tyler Rutgers. Rutgers out of his windup. Misses low. Evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Doc Stewart's trying to get a win in game 1 to take the 4-game series against the Generals and then see if they can sweep it with game 2. Dane lets a pitch go by low as he skips out of the box. Dane, I think, was pleased with himself for not swinging after that pitch. Full count. Base is empty with 2 down. Rutgers delivers. That ball belted again, but this time distinctly foul down the right field side. That one clear off the bat that it was going foul, but Dane got around on another one real good. Little battle once again here with the 3-2 pitch. Rutgers sends one in. It's on the inside half and lifted towards right field, but the park's going to hold this one, and Dane will fly out to deep right to finish off things in the 6th. For the Doc Stewarts in the 6th inning, 2 more runs come in, and they build a lead to 9-6. 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error, and there was nobody left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Doc's leading by 3, and they will have, I believe, Jake Johnson still working. Yep, he will head out to the bump once again here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Doc Stewart's. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
No, we do not. It's game 1 of a doubleheader here from David M. Jaqua Sports Complex in Redmond on the turf fields on a warm Wednesday afternoon on a game that is becoming more well-attended by the locals, as maybe folks getting out of work a little bit early and making their way to the ballpark. Jake Johnson back out there to pitch for the 6th inning for the Doc Stewarts. Jake back-to-back strikeouts to wrap up the 5th inning as he's going the 3rd time through the order. He'll face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Eli Pupo batting for a 4th time here in the 6th inning, barring a change in the batting order. Leading off is Gage Martinez, the 8 hitter. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. Breaking ball, he fouls it off for strike 1. Today's game brought to you by McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop and smokehouse offering a wide selection, plus fresh produce, baked goods, and a general grocery selection. Stop by on West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. Live video coverage today brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. The 0-1 pitch, check swing held up, didn't go around even on appeal, and it's a 1-1 count for Martinez, the first baseman. The 1-1 pitch, grounder left side will get knocked down by Burke, but he won't try to make a throw across the diamond. That'll be an infield single for Martinez. Nice job by Burke to keep it on the infield, but could not get up and fire across the diamond in time. So man on to lead things off in the 6th inning, and Ethan Bruce, the left fielder, will bat. He is 1 for 1 with a single and a sac bunt. Scored a run in the 5-run 3rd inning that the Generals had. Pickoff throw to first. Bruce back in, Martinez back in safely. Jake Johnson, first pitch of the at-bat. Line towards left field, gets in for a base hit. Heading up to second will go Martinez. Ty Helmthal will get that ball back in quickly. Back-to-back singles, and now Eli Pupo, the top of the order, coming up to bat for a 4th time.
Eli Pupo.
A.J. Doolittle will head out to the mound. The pitching coach for the Doc Stewarts will have a conversation. Docs did have lefty Fletcher Coleman warming up in the bullpen earlier here in the game. Jake has stayed in so far. Warm one here. It's been a long season for these guys. Jake has thrown a lot of innings after a spring where he did a lot of work, and he is going to get the call here. Jake Johnson is going to exit the game. He will give the baseball to Fletcher Coleman, and Fletcher will try to keep this one a lead for the Doc Stewarts. In the 6th inning, Jake Johnson exits from the game after 5 innings of work. He will give it up to Fletcher Coleman. And we will be back after this pitching change, brought to you by Overhead Door Company of Roseburg. Back in a moment on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Fletcher Coleman will take over on the mound for the Doc Stewarts. He will inherit runners at first and second, and he'll face the top of the order for the Redmond Generals. This pitching change brought to you by Overhead Door Company of Roseburg. If your garage doors are broken or just need updating, make the call to the Overhead Door Company of Roseburg for a change. First pitch from Coleman is high for ball 1 against Eli Pupo. They also provide full-service repairs. Visit overheaddoor.com. Eli Pupo is 2 for 3 in the game, reached on a fielder's choice in his last at-bat. He's been on base all 3 times. Coleman will miss low. 2-0 count. Out at second base is Gage Martinez. Ethan Bruce is at first. Coleman is the lefty. Ground ball first base. It's fielded by Jake. He'll go to second for 1. And so the runner out at second, the call from the dugout was that Paxton Burke was not on the bag, but Jake will get the runner at second. 1 away. Up to third base goes Martinez. Pupo will reach for base for a 4th time. Fielder's choice getting him on. Brings up McCovey Williams, who is 2 for 3 in the game, had an RBI single his last time up. He bats with 1 out and runners on the corners. Swings away at the first pitch, fouls it out of play for strike 1. Williams with a grounder through the right side in the 4th inning that plated a run. He also reached on a line drive up the middle in the 3rd and would come around to score after getting to second base on a ball that could have been a double play, but it was dropped at second as Logan Anderson received it. That allowed Williams to get on safely, and he would come around to score later in that inning. It's got a 1-1 count. Fletcher Coleman, line drive, back up the middle, will score 1. Up to second base goes Pupo. Runners at first and second with 1 away. RBI single for McCovey Williams.
Number 32.
That will put a run on the board for the Generals, and they are back within 2, 9-7. That run does go to Jake Johnson's total, so he is book now closed on him. He gives up 7 runs in this one. Fletcher first pitch fouled away by Camden Hartlob, who is 0 for 3 in the game, reached on a fielder's choice that drove in a run in the 3rd, plus a pair of strikeouts against Jake Johnson. Jake 7 runs on 10 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts in the ballgame. The 0-1 pitch, fouled away again. And Hartlob is behind 0-2. Hartlaub batting with runners at first and second and one away. Game tying run at first base for the Generals. The lefty Coleman trying to make sure that runner does not come around, as he will make a move to second but no throw. Bottom of the 6th inning. Docs in the 7th will have the 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up as they try to add to a lead. Ground ball Tapper, third base side. It will go foul. Had some spin on that one, and that benefits the Docs. That would have been a tough play for anybody to make for the Doc Stewarts. Going foul. It'll stay. It'll go to an 0-2 count here for Camden Hartlaub. Actually, it was already an 0-2 count. It'll stay there. Hartlaub will return back to the plate as he continues to try and battle. Docs trying to win game 1 of today's doubleheader. It would go a long way towards getting them in the postseason. The 0-2 pitch from Coleman. Popped him up, foul, out of play. And we are out of baseballs. So Coleman battling against Hartlaub, who has been defending the plate. Out at second base, the speedy Eli Pupo, who has scored twice in this game, once just ahead of a throw to the plate. The 0-2 pitch again. Bowers behind the plate, smothers it, keeps the runners on the bases they belong. It's a 1-2 count. Coleman looking for the second out. Misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fletcher Coleman on the season. This will be his 8th appearance of the summer. He's thrown 11 2/3 innings. It's all out of the bullpen. Does have 2 saves, and this could be a save situation for him. The 2-2 pitch misses low, and the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes for Camden Hartlaub. The Docs trying to keep this one in their favor. They have had to really battle in this one today. Pitch high and away to load the bases. So the bases are loaded. First walk for Fletcher Coleman. McCovey Williams moves to second. Eli Pupo goes to third. And now Austin Dean, the cleanup hitter, who's 2 for 3 in the game, will get a chance to bat against the lefty Fletcher Coleman. Docs looking for a ground ball they can try and turn 2 with here. Fletcher will set and get ready to fire to Dean. First pitch in for a strike. He's seen one there, a little bit of movement on that pitch from Fletcher. Sat at the top of the zone, inner half against the righty. Coleman working out of the stretch, kicks and delivers, misses a bit upstairs, trying to see if he could get Austin Dean to chase after seeing a strike at the top of the zone, see if he could chase a second one up there, but couldn't get him to. Coleman's 1-1 pitch with the bases loaded and 1 out behind him. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. Hits a breaking ball. Called for strike 2, and Coleman, a strikeout would be real big for him here. Trying to keep his team in the lead. The 1-2 pitch, fouled off back to the backstop. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, bases loaded, big moment in this one. The Generals rallied back from a 6-run deficit, tied it up in the 4th. Docs have recaptured the lead. We're up by 3, but now leading by 2. Another ball fouled away by Dean. 2 runs in the first for the Docs, 4 in the 3rd. They scored 1 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th. For the Generals, 5 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. They're batting here in the 6th inning, have 1 run in so far, looking to add to it. The 1-2 pitch, hitter doesn't chase. Bowers makes sure that ball does not get behind him. not a very deep backstop, as we mentioned earlier. So a pass ball may not necessarily score a run, but you also got to be careful because not a deep one. That ball could ricochet all sorts of different directions. 2-2 pitch from Coleman. Just misses low and outside. He's got to bring it here. Full count pitch coming up with the bases loaded. The Generals have put the pressure on once again. Dean waits on the 3-2 pitch. Coleman got him to fly one out towards right field on the run. Taj Flora will get it. He throws back in. The run will score to make it a one-run ball game, but there's 2 down. Sac fly to right field for Austin Dean. 2 away. Coming in to score, Eli Pupo. Up to third base goes McCovey Williams. Staying at first was Camden Hartlob. And so 2 runs in here in the 6th inning. 2 down. Cole Cooper, the third baseman. It'll be a lefty-lefty matchup. And Fletcher Coleman trying to get one more out and keep the lead intact. Fletcher Coleman with 2 down and runners on the corners. Gets a swing and a miss from Cooper on the first pitch. Just into the 4 o'clock hour, game 1, hitting 2 hours for us here. We'll take a legal ID break here in just a moment. The 0-1 pitch, runner going, foul tip into the glove. And that'll be strike 2. Runner moves up to second base. Coleman needs one more with a man at second and at third. Swing and a miss, he got him. Big strikeout for Fletcher Coleman to finish things off here in the 6th inning and keep a 1-run lead in place. And we will head to the 7th inning. It's 9-8. Docs in front of the Redmond Generals. 2 runs come in on 2, make that 3 hits. Doc Stewart's with no errors and 2 runners stranded on base. All right, here we go. Edge of your seat time, top of the 7th when we return on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Jake Johnson leading things off for the Doc Stewarts in the 7th inning. The Docs leading at 9-8. Jake 2 for 3 in the game, looking to help his own cause. If the lead can stay in his favor, he could get the win. More importantly, hoping to try and get his team a victory here today. He takes strike 2 after a swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-2 against Tyler Rutgers, who has come on in relief back in the 6th inning. He's got the 0-2 pitch. Jake pops up, that one back behind home. We'll get out of play up over the top of us here. Jake battling to stay alive. Doc Stewart's Baseball of the Day. Live video coverage brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. Stick around in the post game. We'll recap game 1 and get you ready for game 2 as Jake gets underneath one, launches it to center, but it's going to be playable. Dead center field for Eli Pupo. Gave it a ride right at the defender. 1 away. Docs looking to add some insurance runs here in the 7th. They are leading by 1. Brings up Daniel Withers. Last time Withers was up, he launched one to left field, pretty hard hit, but kind of like Jake just did, went right to the defender. Outside on the first offering to Withers. Been a breezy day today. The wind blowing right now, as you can hear on the microphone. 1-0 pitch from Rutgers is high. Two balls, no strikes for Boone Withers. Boone launches one in the air out to left. Again, playable out in left field for Bruce. Waits for this one to come down. Boy, he got underneath that one. And there's 2 down. Docs have given a couple of balls a ride, just haven't been able to really get one where they needed it to. So 2 down. Tanner Wirtz is the scheduled batter, and instead it's going to be Fletcher Coleman. Coleman came in Wirtz's spot as the pitcher. Wirtz was at first base. Jake Johnson took over at first, so they bring Wirtz out of the game. Fletcher Coleman takes a strike on the first pitch, his first at-bat of the day. Takes high and away. Docs have activity going on in the bullpen down the right field line. A lot of guys over that direction. They do have a righty throwing. Coleman will ground one towards second. Playable for Hartlob, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Rutgers. He has now faced 11 batters against the Doc Stewarts over 3 1/3 innings, and he has gotten each one of them to put out. So the Doc Stewarts find themselves with a 1-run lead going to the bottom of the 7th, needing 3 outs to secure a win and a spot in the postseason. We'll take a 1-minute break and come back. Doc Stewart's baseball coming at you on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
It wasn't until 1925 that the American Legion gave birth to its first youth program, and that was American Legion Baseball. And the emphasis was on citizenship and sportsmanship.
Travel ball, a lot of the times you go and you play and it's kind of just more of an individual game. But in Legion Baseball, it's more of a team working towards a goal, and I really appreciate that.
That you're playing for something more than just yourself. You're playing for all the past veterans who have served. We're playing for the people who are still serving in the military. And it's a huge honor to be part of this program.
Heading to the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Doc Stewarts will make another pitching change for the Docs here in the 7th. It'll be Paxton Burke looking to close it out after Fletcher Coleman got him through the 6th inning. Paxton Burke will move from shortstop to the mound. Logan Anderson goes from second to short, and Tegan Sprague enters the game to take over at second base defensively. So Burke needs 3 outs. He'll face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the lineup. And he misses low and outside for ball 1 as we get things started here. Doc Stewarts lead at 9-8 in the bottom of the 7th. They need 3 outs to get the win and lock in a postseason berth. Line drive shot to left field will get things started for Brady Kennedy. He will get on, and that is the game-tying run at first base. So Kennedy gets on for a second time. He had struck out twice, both times against Jake Johnson. He reached on a fielder's choice as well. So that'll be a man on at first. Docs look for a ground ball here out of Caden Cooper, who is 1 for 3, struck out his last time up. That came in a big spot in the 5th. He shows a bunt and will take for ball 1. 1-0 count to start for the left-handed hitting Caden Cooper, the DH in the matchup. Looks down to third base where he gets signals from his coach, Mark Horner. Burke will wait until the batter approaches the box. And we're ready to go. Burke checks with Daniel Withers at third to make sure they know what their bunt defense wants to do. At first base is Brady Kennedy showing the bunt. The pitch is high and away again. 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. Paxton Burke delivers low. And Caden Cooper's ahead 3-0 in the at-bat with nobody out. Burke out of the stretch, the 3-0 pitch, ball 4. And the game-winning run is on. So the Doc Stewarts, some adversity here they've got to overcome. And Paxton Burke, the gritty shortstop out of Roseburg High School, class of 2026. He's a guy that I would trust to try and make the right play in the right moment. Gage Martinez will bat. He is 1 for 2 in the game, had a single his last time up, also has walked. He has grounded out to third. Trying to see if they can get him to ground into a double play. Force out on any bag on the infield. He shows a bunt and will send it back to the backstop for strike 1. Well, if you're not on the edge of your seat with your heart racing a little bit here, and I'm not sure you're invested in the ball game here, Doc Stewart's and the Central Oregon Generals in a tie one, 9-8 the score, showing a bunt again and again fouled back to the backstop. So it's an 0-2 count for Gage Martinez. And Paxton Burke, after walking a man, needs one more strike to try and get the first out. Jake Johnson playing way in at first. Still protecting in case of a bunt. Martinez does show again. He takes outside. The ball gets away. The runner's ball move up, and Bowers can't handle the ball with a ton of topspin. And now the game-tying run is at third base. So runners at second and third. The game-winning run in scoring position for the Generals. Nobody out. Martinez now likely swinging away here. Lines one out towards right field. Taj Flora will make the catch. The runner tags from third. The throw to the plate. No, it's cut off and we're tied. Game-winning run stays at second. A sac fly to right field for Gage Martinez. 1 away. And it's a 9-9 ball game with 1 out. And now the Docs hoping to force extra innings.
Number 51, Ethan Bruce.
So Jake Johnson, Fletcher Coleman, neither will get a decision in this one. Paxton Burke now looking to try and get through this one and send it into extras. First pitch, ground ball towards short. Logan Anderson in front of it. Runner back to second base as the throw across the diamond is in time. 2 down. Ethan Bruce, the 9-hitter, grounds out. That'll bring up Eli Pupo. He's been a tough one here today. Pupo has been on base all 4 times. He will see Paxton Burke for the first time today. And they're going to intentionally walk him. So Pupo gets on. And that'll cause a force out at any base. It brings up McCovey Williams, who hasn't really been an easier batter to face. He is 3 for 4 in the game with 2 RBI. But it'll be a righty-righty matchup here. Strike on the first pitch. A slider catching the outside corner at the knees. Williams, an 0-1 count with the bases runners at first and second, and 2 down. Game tied at 9. Burke gets him to ground up the middle. That'll get into center field. The runner tagging third. The throw to the plate by St. Clair, not in time, and the Generals will walk off with a win here in Game 1. Coming in to score from second is Caden Cooper, and it's 10-9 the final score as the Generals will win this one in the bottom of the 7th in a walk-off victory. They score 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors for the Doc Stewarts. And there would be 2 runners left on base if the game not coming to an end. So there we go. Game 1 in the books. A wild one, back and forth here in this one. And the Doc Stewarts come out on the wrong end. And so now they look to try and win the series with Game 2 coming up. We'll see if they can do that. The Doc Stewarts, this will be a big one for them. They need one more win to try and clinch their spot in the postseason. We'll take a 3-minute timeout, and when we come back, we'll have the post-game numbers for you. Don't forget, we've got an interview with Jake Johnson coming up in between games. It's our Evergreen Family Medicine player interview coming up here in between games today. Back in a moment on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
D.R. Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Doc Stewarts. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Well, it was a tough one in Game 1 for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts as they will fall to the Central Oregon Generals out of Redmond by a score of 10-9. So we finish things out here. We take a final look at the D.R. Johnson Lumber Company scoreboard update, a progressive family-owned company proudly supporting our local youth. Come on out and watch the Docs swing some lumber. D.R. Johnson making lumber since 1951. 9 runs, 13 hits, 1 error for the Doc Stewarts, as the Docs in the game will end up leaving 5 men stranded on base. For the Generals, 10 runs on 13 hits, 4 errors in this one, but they leave 8 men on, and they leave 8 men on base, but they do get the win as they rally back after trailing 6-0. They fight their way back to get the win on a walk-off in the bottom of the 7th. McCovey Williams, a grounder up the middle. A throw to the plate not on line, and no chance to make a tag by Amos Bowers to get the out to finish off the inning and keep the game tied. 2 runs in the first inning for the Docs, followed by 4 runs in the third inning. They led it 6-0 early on in this contest, but then they gave up 5 runs in the bottom of the third inning and another run in the fourth, and the Generals rallied back to tie the game at 6. Docs retook the lead at 7-6 in the fifth and added 2 more runs in the sixth to make it 9-6, but the Generals would get 2 in the bottom of the sixth and get within 1, and then they scored the game-tying run on the sac fly and scored the game-winning run on the single by McCovey Williams. Getting the win is going to be Tyler Rutgers in relief. He pitches 2 innings, no runs, no hits, no walks, no strikeouts, as he will get the win in relief of Gunnar Key, who went 5 innings in this one. Taking the loss is going to be Paxton Burke. He threw 2/3 of an inning, allowed 2 runs on 2 hits with 2 walks and no strikeouts. He gives up the game-winning hit in that 7th inning. He came in and started the 7th and gives up that hit. Spoils a nice day at the plate for Paxton Burke. He was 4 for 4, but he'll take the loss in this one. So the Doc Stewarts will see their 2-game winning streak come to an end, and the Generals will have their 3-game losing skid end. The Docs are now 8-7 in league play, and the Generals are 6-5. Docs needing to get a win to take the series against the Central Oregon Generals coming up. And a big win there for the Generals in their hopes of trying to clinch their spot in the postseason. Taking a look at the offensive numbers here in this one for the Docs. Burke was 4 for 4, scored 3 times, had 4 singles. Logan Anderson was 1 for 2 in the game, a walk, a sac bunt. He also had an RBI, scored 3 times, reaching on an error in there as well. Cal Robbins was 2 for 3 with 2 RBI and a run scored before he came out of the game. Not sure the reasons on that, but he did exit the game. Amos Bowers took over and actually had a 2-run single in the 6th inning. Taj Flora did not have a hit. He drove in a run and scored twice, was hit by a pitch. Dane St. Clair goes 2 for 4 in the game with an RBI. Jake Johnson was 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Daniel Withers 0 for 4. Danner Wirtz was 0 for 2, hit by a pitch. Fletcher Coleman goes 0 for 1, and Ty Hellenthal 1 for 3 in the 9 spot. Eli Pupo had 2 hits, and this one goes 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored. McCovey Williams was 4 for 5 in the game with 3 RBI, including the game winner. Camden Hartlob was 0 for 3 with a walk, a run scored, and a RBI. 2 singles in the game for Austin Dean, plus a sac fly. In this one, he had 2 RBIs. Cooper Cole was 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, a walk, and a sac bunt. Brady Kennedy was 1 for 5 in the game with an RBI and a run scored. Caden Cooper goes 1 for 3 with a single, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Gage Martinez was 1 for 2 in the game with a single, a run scored. He walked and had a sac fly for an RBI. Ethan Bruce was 2 for 3 in the game with 2 singles, a run scored, had a sac bunt in there as well. That's going to do it for Game 1 of our doubleheader. We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we will have our interview with Jake Johnson.
I just plugged it back in.
Jake Johnson will be our interview guest coming up here when we return, so stay with us for that. If you're watching online, we will start a new broadcast for Game 2, so you'll have to find the next broadcast, but we'll have that starting with Jake Johnson. Back in the studio, Grady Hamilton running things. Grady, if we can get another 3-minute break in, I'm not sure if that's what's next in the log or if you can replay the last one, but we'll take another 3-minute timeout here as we get ready for Game 2 of our doubleheader. Game 1, unfortunately, Docs could not hang on to the early lead, and they fall in this one. They are now 17-17 on the season and 8-7 in league play. And for the home team, the Central Oregon Generals, they now improve to 18-10 on the year, and they are 6-5 in league play. We'll have Game 2 coming up in a little bit, starting off with an interview, our Evergreen Family interview with Jake Johnson coming up when we return here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy. Is there another 3-minute break, or did you